Spurgeon here with Brandon to welcome you to our top picks for the best motorcycle helmets of 2020.
Now today we have 6 categories for you to consider, ranging from $200 to over $700. Now to determine our winners within a given category, we evaluated the construction, build quality, comfort, as well as the safety of each of these lids.
And all the helmets that we're going to discuss today are going to have an intermediate oval head shape, except for our pick for the most evolved modular helmet, which is going to have a round oval head shape.
Now if you're a new rider, take a look at our how to size and buy helmet video to understand how to measure your head to determine helmet size as well as head shape before you purchase a new lid.
Let's now bring on our best helmet under $200, the SEDICI STRADA 2. Now, in an effort to beat out some of our overzealous YouTube commenters down there, yes, SEDICI is one of our exclusive brands. That being said, we couldn't ignore the massive improvements made to the STRADA 2. Now, the previous version of the STRADA was SEDICI's most popular selling helmet, but there were some areas where Brandon and I both felt left room for improvement. For 2020, SEDICI went back to the drawing board and they redesigned this helmet from the ground up with a slew of innovative changes. One of the things that it does carry over, however, that we really like from the last version is a fiberglass shell with Kevlar reinforcements running down the top. This is going to work to keep it lightweight yet protective. What's changed is pretty much everything else.
That's right. Now SEDICI is using an entirely new mold to give this helmet a more modern and refined look and feel. As you can see, the helmet has a new pinlock ready face shield with a quick release mechanism to take the shield on and off without having to rely on those side pods which tend to fall off. I hated those things, so I definitely like the new redesign there for sure.
So they've also redesigned the vent system, which is going to work to reduce noise, weight. It improves the venting as well as overall comfort for the rider. And speaking of comfort, you now are going to have 5mm pads that can be placed on the inside of the forehead or the temple so you can customize the fit. So if your head shape isn't an exact intermediate oval, you can really make this work for you. Now at $200, you have your choice between the STRADA without a drop-down sun visor, and that's gonna be rated for DOT and Snell, or you can get it with a drop-down sun visor, and that's gonna be DOT ECE.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, under 200 bucks, you've got a lot of versatility, and it is night and day from the previous generation of that helmet. So I think they did a really good job. Now our next pick, this is for the People's Choice Award. Can I get a drum roll, sir? This is a big one. And that's going to the Icon AIRFLITE, coming in around $250. The Icon AIRFLITE was first introduced in the spring of 2018. Now it takes the cake for our People's Choice category because you guessed it, it was the most popular selling helmet in Revzilla in 2019. Now it has an aggressively styled polycarb shell that was inspired by that kind of classic bubble shield look here with the shield, but obviously it has a bit of a modern twist. You can see it's a bit more unique with the face shield. It sits over the chin bar. You've got some cutaways there so it doesn't restrict the airflow. Now the AIRFLITE can be completely altered to match your style preferences by mixing and matching the face shield, of course, as well as the rear spoilers. So you've got a lot of variety there with the colors. And Spurgeon, I know you're no stranger to Icon's wild and crazy graphics.
I am not. This is actually, I'm smiling while Brandon's talking about this because this is my personal helmet in my personal graphic. This is the Inky graphic, and it was my favorite. As you can see, if you want a giant squid on the back of your helmet, Icon has you covered. And I also took advantage of the wide variety of different colors you can go with the face shield.
Yeah. At $250, the AIRFLITE features the same removable Hydro-Dry liner that you're going to find in their top-of-the-line Airframe Pro. Now, it also comes with a DOT and ECE safety rating, and then you do get an internal sun visor on the inside as well. Always a nice touch. Nice to have that.
Just keep in mind that if you do want to go with one of the crazy graphics, it is going to run you a few more dollars over the solid colors. But that is going to wrap up our pick for the Icon AIRFLITE as our People's Choice Award. Let's move on to our next helmet, which is the most evolved modular helmet, and the winner is the Shark Evo 1-2 helmet, coming in around the $430 price point. Now, the biggest takeaway here is that Shark updated this helmet based off the feedback they received on the previous Evo line models. The Evo 1-2 is going to maintain that same injected thermoplastic shell. However, it's now available in 2 different shell sizes. And what this means for you is that it's going to be a lighter, more comfortable helmet, coming in around 3 pounds, 12 ounces in a medium, compared to the previous version was around 4 pounds. You'll also find an improved internal sun visor.
Now, one of the things that people really love about this particular helmet is that the chin bar goes all the way back and can be worn in that 3/4 open face position. Pretty unique design there. And it's also DOT safety rated in both the open as well as that closed riding position. Pretty cool there. Now keep in mind the Shark Evo 1-2 is going to be the most comfortable for riders with a round oval head shape.
So there you go, the most evolved modular helmet for 2020.
Now our next pick is going to be for the best street helmet, and the winner is the AGV K6, coming in around $480.
Hubba hubba. This thing is such a good looking helmet.
It's an awesome lid. Now the AGV K6 helmet debuted in 2019, and we love that, someone finally stepped up to the plate to challenge the SHOEI RF 1200. Now for the past few years, the SHOEI has been the helmet to beat when you consider the price, style, quality, as well as the safety. With the AGV K6, really, they're finally giving a run for their money, especially in that sub $500 price point.
Yeah, I love the RF 1200, but that's a helmet that came out when I started working at Revzilla, which I think was like 6 years ago. So I couldn't agree with what Brandon's talking about more. The K6 checks all the boxes. It's going to feature a carbon aramid shell. It's going to have 4 different shell sizes. The shell is also slightly less aggressive than what we typically see from AGV, which means it's just aimed at a wider audience. Therefore, it's going to work for a variety of different riding positions, making this an excellent pick for street use, regardless of the motorcycle that you're riding.
Now the redesigned face shield mounting points are very easy to use, and they're the smallest I've seen, so that's going to help reduce weight.
Out of any helmet, pretty much?
So the AGV K6, speaking of weight, is insanely lightweight. It's 2 pounds, 14 ounces in a medium large, and features a DOT and ECE safety rating.
I think that's the one thing that most people will notice when they pull this out of the box, is it feels incredibly light.
Now the shield is very thick with strong detents, and the pinlock insert is included in the box. This thing packs a serious punch. They really, really crush it.
Yeah, AGV knocked this helmet out of the park. So if you're looking for the best street helmet of 2020, AGV K6. But now it is time to move on to our next pick, and this is going to be the best new dirt bike helmet for 2020. I'm going to let Brandon talk about this one because he's actually been using this helmet for the past year, but I get to announce it. The winner is the Fly Racing Dirt Formula helmet, coming in around $650.
Now I could probably talk about this helmet all day long. I love this helmet and I have been using it for quite some time.
Just gotta talk about it for about 35 seconds, bud.
I'll refrain. Now the Fly Racing team took a step outside of their comfort zone and created a top of the line contender with the new Dirt Formula helmet. This is one of the best dirt helmets I've ever ridden in, and it quickly became my favorite this year, as I mentioned. It features a full 12K carbon shell that is incredibly strong, yet impressively lightweight. Only weighs 2 pounds, 13 ounces in a medium. Now coupled with a comfortable interior liner, this is a helmet that can be worn all day with minimal fatigue.
So if you check out the detailed product video that I did on this, one of the things that I really liked was the fact that it introduces a new form of low impact energy protection known as Rheon, which helps to reduce rotational forces in the event of a crash. This, paired with a dual density conehead EPS, does a fantastic job of protecting the rider in a variety of crashes, low, medium, and high speed hits to the noggin, as well as, again, protecting with those rotational hits.
Now it also features a breakaway visor to reduce neck injuries. It's DOT certified and ECE, which I think is important to note. You can easily use this as a dual sport helmet to connect the trails out there on the tarmac. I've ridden in a ton of different helmets over the years. I crash in a lot of helmets.
He really has, folks. He crashes really well.
I'm sure I'm going to benefit from all that technology eventually. But when it comes to the fit, breathability, the weight, and just kind of everything you're looking for out of a dirt lid, this thing is a killer option for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Fly has definitely leveled up the entire quality and performance of the off-road segment as well as within their line. So the top pick for new dirt bike helmet in 2020, Dirt Formula helmet right there. Now, this is going to bring us to the final pick of the helmet gear guide for 2020. This is the best helmet of the year. Normally I would get a drum roll here, but old Brandon pulled that trick out in the beginning of the video. So we're gonna just go ahead and announce it without any further ado. The best helmet of 2020 is the Bell Race Star Flex DLX helmet, coming in around the $735 price point. 2019, Bell has really stepped up their game. They completely redesigned their top-of-the-line street helmet. I picked one of these up at the beginning of the year, and it's quickly become my go-to for track as well as spirited street riding. Compared to the predecessor, it's lighter, it's more comfortable, and the overall build quality is just superior in every way. Carbon fiber strands have been layered more strategically, which allows Bell to retain the strength of the shell while simultaneously cutting down the overall weight. Therefore, you're looking at a helmet that's now roughly 5 ounces lighter than the previous model. The Race Star comes in at around 3 pounds, 5 ounces in a medium.
Now, combined with the newly redesigned interior, the reduction in weight means the rider can now comfortably wear this helmet during long days at the track or on the street. Now, another key component to the helmet's overall value is the fact that it comes with a Pro Tint photochromatic shield. This was, previously a $150 add-on. They've included it. That's definitely a nice touch for sure.
The one thing that stayed the same, if you're not familiar with Bell's Flex internal liner, this is a technology they introduced a few years back, and it's become a revolutionary class-leading technology from a safety standpoint, as it protects against low, medium, and high-speed impacts, as well as protecting the rider from rotational forces. Overall, the helmet carries a DOT and Snell safety rating.
Yeah, it's definitely clear that, Bell is playing in that premium landscape, with SHOEI and Arai. I mean, this is a top-of-the-line lid here. And that's really why the Bell Racestar Flex DLX helmet is getting our top pick for the best helmet of 2020, which is a pretty big deal, pretty
Numero
impressive.
uno. There you have it. These are the best picks for motorcycle helmets for 2020, but the analysis doesn't stop here. This year, we're actually putting together 12 articles on Common Tread that dive deeper into the details across every category of motorcycle gear.
Now, you read about our testing, see the gear on our riders, and most importantly, get our honest opinion on what